Hi. First, I would like to introduce my group members to you. Our group consists of 5 people. First, Juzian, 830649, then Jalje, 906637, and myself, Hivyasri, 830606, Liu Mingchong, 906482, and Okafor, 828792. Hi, good day everyone. My group EG4 chose Impact of COVID-19 Pandemic on Society and School. Okay, let me start with the introduction. Nearly all nations and territories have been infected by the global COVID-19 outbreak. In Wuhan, China, the pandemic was first discovered in December 2019. The publics were admonished by nations all over the world to take precautions. Hand washing, using face masks, maintaining a physical distance, and avoiding large crowds and assemblies have been public health precautions. In order to flatten the curve and stop the spread of the disease, lockdown and homebound techniques have been implemented. January 25, 2020, Malaysia revealed that an individual who had travelled from Singapore to Malaysia was the country's first COVID-19 case. As a result, the Malaysian government implemented the MCO on March 18, which was later replaced by the CMCO on May 4 and RMCO on June 10, 2020. The effects are extensive and will likely to continue to have a greater impact on learning in coming days. Numerous colleges, universities, and schools have stopped offering face-to-face instruction and learning. Innovative and new instructional assessment process must be used immediately. The COVID-19 pandemic has given us the chance to set a stage for the introduction of digital learning. Teachers and students in Malaysia's government school were completely unprepared for the COVID-19 pandemic since they were required to attend class from home. Since March 2020, all schools in Malaysia are required to be closed to face-to-face instruction and learning. Teachers and schools use distance learning tools such as Google Classroom, WhatsApp, and Telegram to communicate with students remotely and prevent disruptions to the educational process. On the social base, COVID-19 has made many low-income families adopt less healthier diets and worsened food insecurity among low-income households, posing a potential to further exacerbate Malaysia's escalating child malnutrition epidemic. The government has been bold and innovative to their approach to curb the socio-economic impacts of the pandemic on the population, and this is highly appreciated and to be continued.
Hello everyone, my name is Liu Mingcong. Today I will introduce issues on the topic. There are 4 parts. The first one is integration of online education and offline education issues. The traditional way of online teaching neglects the changes of the educational environment and other factors which affect the effect of online teaching. Online education has encountered many reports, among which some teachers are not well prepared, are not familiar with education software, and are not fully prepared for online education. Second one is synergistic issues between family education and school education, lack of awareness and mechanism of home-school cooperation, parents' work and tutoring children's learning, the new engineering contradiction between parents' work, the supervision and guidance requirements for children's online learning at home do not match the parents' knowledge and ability. Next is problems with the school system. The large-scale online education practiced during pandemic has had a great impact on traditional school education. It is urgent to reform the education system and build a completed, structured, systematic, clean and logical education system that starts from a diverse educational practice. The last one is infrastructure and information literacy equality issues. In some remote mountainous areas, the network coverage is very low. Participation in online classes is a challenge for both students and teachers. Resources for public education are not evenly distributed across urban and rural communities. As a result, the impact of schooling vary greatly.
Hello dear doctor. Next, I will present 3 theories related with issues. and they are structural functionalism theory, conflict theory, and symbolic interaction theory. Structural functionalism theory believes that society is a system with a specific structure, organizational means, and each element of a social system regulates and integrates itself through constant change to maintain dynamic and balanced. The impact of pandemic such as social distance-related regulations, staff health, and the economic burden has affected a range of core functions in school operations. This impact spans the entire system from classroom instruction to on-campus service. Conflict theory assumes that society's unequal distribution of poverty and resources is the source of conflict among various interest groups and between those who possess and those who lose the benefits. The result of conflict and competition leads to a reorganization of the social structure, but then lays the foundation for new inequalities and sets the stage for further conflicts. The effects of pandemic include the spread of virus and the impact of epidemic on poverty. The health and economic impacts of the outbreak in turn accelerate or interaction with the challenges faced by other communities. Symbolic interaction is real interaction that occurs through the medium of symbols, taking interaction as the object of study, where individuals are not definite and unchanging but act as flexible actors, constructing the environment and themselves. During the pandemic, online teaching and learning worldwide affected and even disrupted the way traditional schooling operated unprecedentedly. The medium of exchange developed from language and text to the internet and video. The interactive behavior between teachers and students is constantly being constructed and updated with the pandemic's impact and the information age's development.
We want to discuss about the solution for integration of online and offline education. So it says, in this aspect, teachers should take online lesson more seriously than seeing it as just substitute for offline teaching. This will help in improvement of education and teaching. The teachers should be prepared in every aspect, and they should be familiar with educational software and gadgets. Due to lack of computer education, many students find it hard to operate basic computer with MS Word and PowerPoint. So at this point, it's very important that students acquire more knowledge. So acquire more knowledge in this, so it will enable teaching class easier. Solution for synergetic issues between family and school education. In this solution, it says, in this century, it's more important for students to be aware of social issues. With constant and quality internet connection, there will be more access to information on how to handle things on their own without the help of a guardian. This can be achieved if the parent and teacher work together, whereby the teacher creates a lesson plan and activities that encourages the student, and the parent provide support and guidance. Another solution I would like to provide here is problem with school system. And in this, it says online learning is the best solution to the problem of school system, though it has a great disadvantage against traditional school education. But it is the best and safe way to study during the COVID-19 pandemic. It will be more dangerous to study traditional because it will increase the rate of transmitting the virus from one student to another. Aside that, online learning has several advantages over traditional classroom instruction, such as more flexible scheduling and increased access to resources. The fourth solution I would like to provide here is infrastructure and information literacy equity. It says, in this aspect, it will be more fair and more impartial, and also important that quality infrastructure is constructed across all regions, such as urban and rural areas, to make it fair. And by doing so, there won't be much emotional educational gap between the urban and rural region. It's also important for the government to increase the network coverage in rural regions, so it will make it easier for students and teachers to communicate and give feedback to each other during online lesson.
This is Zhu Jian. I'm going to draw a conclusion on our presentation. In conclusion, we have introduced the background of impact of COVID-19 to our education system. Issues arising from the impact includes the integration of online education and offline education issue, synergistic issues between family education and school education, and problems with the school systems. We then review the theories such as the structural functionalism theory, conflict theory, and the symbolic interaction theory. Solutions were then put forward for each of the issues uncovered. First, teachers to equip themselves with online teaching skills to prepare better before the online teaching activities. Second, students to strengthen the self-motivation and self-discipline for studying at home. Third, current school system needs to be changed to adapt to the online education era and to suit the need to fight against the COVID-19. Last but not least, governments need to invest more and equally on the education infrastructure for both rural and urban areas. That's all for our presentation. Thanks for watching.